The story that I'm going to tell, I'm gonna try to make it pretty fast and moving, but it's kind of the story about my education and growing up through high school. So I'll start off with I'm the middle child of five. I'm a Taurus, and when I was growing up, my brothers went to a private Catholic school in elementary school, but then I was on the waiting list. I never got on. I had to stay in public school. And then I kept on going, and then it was fifth grade, and my brothers joined this private school called Bishop Seabury Academy in Lawrence, Kansas. Ivy League education, $100,000 salary, professors, learning the highest level of education you can get as a student. And I was being prepped for it. I was kind of nervous about joining this school. My brother was the lead in the play. My brother was the star basketball player. And I was kind of getting amped up. I was like, okay, I'm going to this school. This is where I'm going to be, right? And my father became a part of the board. And this school was very particular. They didn't allow soda. They didn't allow games. It was about education. And then so when my dad was on the board, this kid was going around and drawing swastikas on all the Jewish kids' binders. And it was a horrible thing, right? And so they went into action, and they found out who it was. And it was one of the students, and his father was on the board. And the headmaster was like, we're going to kick this kid out. No racism. And my dad was like, yup, I'm down. But the school board didn't want to kick out this kid. So my dad's vote was a deciding vote to kick this kid out. And they called him the N-word, and it became this big blew up. And I wasn't going to the school. And I'd been prepping myself for this moment for so long. And then I was now going 2 months later to a public school where I didn't know one single kid. Seventh grader. So I get to the school, and I'm trying to find my place, and I'm looking around. I'm like, I'm going to be a jock. And I'm not that athletic. And I'm like, I'm going to be part of the Model UN, and I'm just not that good at school. And then it became I'm in my history class, and it's the end of the year school project, right? And we have to find our partner, the person that we're going to be doing this project with for a month and a half. And so it's a big deal in school, it's like free time almost, right? But it's like who you're gonna hang out with, but like still do this project, right? I'm sitting there, and I'm looking around, and then everyone else has their buddies. They went to third grade with them, and have all these great memories. I don't know any of these kids, so I'm like looking around. No. Then there's just this long-haired, hair in front of his eyes, emo kid with a Metallica shirt on, and I'm like, I think that's my guy. So I walk up to him, and I'm like, hey man, like, do you have a partner yet? And he's like, all my friends left me, and my girlfriend broke up with me because, wait, my girlfriend broke up with me because I had friends, and my friends broke up with me because I had a girlfriend. He's like, I don't have anybody. I'm like, that sounds like my guy. So I'm like, hey, let's be friends. You know what I mean? And my birthday was coming up at the end of the month in May. So I was like, I'm like kind of trying to I can't have a party without any friends, right? So I'm like, okay, let's do this. So we're hanging out, and he's a musician. Then I invite him. My plan was I was gonna have a 2-day sleepover, and because I figured if I could get enough kids in a room with me for 2 days, I could convince them to be my friend. And so I invite 4 or 5 kids, and most of the parents were like, who is this guy for 2 days? Not gonna happen. He can maybe come over for dinner or for overnight, but Eric's mom was down for him to stay over for 2 days. And so we just hung out, and we became best friends, right? And so I guess and now I became a musician because of this dude, and we became best friends, and we're still friends to this day. And I guess what I wanted to close out my story with is that at MG21, right here in Monona, that I've had the honor and the privilege to help some of the students with their stories, and meeting Rebecca and Alyssa and Ian and everybody over there, and what Phil's doing on the school board. For me, it's like I really honestly have seen part of the future of education in that sense, where I feel like I would have had the space to find myself and be able to be honest about myself. And I think that what we're doing right now is, if we're going to help out the kids, is we need to listen, and we need to care, and we need to quit telling them that our past is our future, because the kids are the future. So I want to thank you all for coming out to the Story Jam #2 one more time. My name's Kevin Lamar Wilmott II. Can we give it up for Tony, Rebecca, everybody? Thank you all for coming.